While watching the video, I want you to think of how you can describe day and night, and how is your explanation different from before. Now let's watch the video.
Earth's axis is an imaginary line passing through the North and South poles. The Earth takes a whole day, or 24 hours, to make one complete turn. At any time during its rotation, half of the Earth faces the Sun. This part experiences day. The other half of Earth faces away from the Sun and receives no light. This part experiences night. The Sun appears to move across the sky, rising in the east in the morning and setting in the west as the day ends. The Sun itself is not actually moving. It is the Earth rotating, which makes it seem as though the Sun is moving across the sky. Different parts of Earth experience different lengths of daylight throughout the year. The length of daylight changes depending on where you live on Earth and where the tilted Earth is in its orbit. The equator, or the imaginary line that circles the Earth around its middle, experiences nearly 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of darkness year-round, an even split. Moving away from the equator in either direction, the amount of daylight becomes uneven until you get to the poles, where they can experience either 24 hours of full daylight or 24 hours of full darkness. These areas north of the Arctic Circle experience between 2 months of midnight sun, or 24 hours of constant sunlight during the summer, and 24 hours of darkness known as polar night, when the sun never rises. The extreme northern and southern points on Earth experience these uneven amounts of sunlight, not only because of their geographical location, but because of the tilt of the Earth on its axis. This tilt, in combination with the Earth's position in orbit around the Sun, causes the amount of daylight to change throughout the year.
In my class, my students use the term revolution while recording their explanations, and this is a key vocabulary that we have learned in this concept. Now let's hear what else they have thought about.
I understand now that the main reason for day and night, which is the Earth rotation on its axis, not the Earth revolution around the Sun, as I used to think.
Day and night cycle. What happens when the Earth spins one complete rotation on its axis every 24 hours?
Earth's rotation on its axis is the main reason for day and night. I have learned that the length of day and night differs because of the tilted axis of the Earth and its revolution around the Sun.
Great explanations. Day and night cycle happens because of the Earth's rotation on its axis. So, when one side of the Earth faces the Sun, this part experiences day. The other half of the Earth faces away from the Sun and receives no light. So, this part experiences night. Different parts of Earth experiences different length of the daylight throughout the year because of the Earth's tilt on its axis. The tilt, the oval shaped the Earth and the Earth's revolution around the Sun are reasons why different parts of the Earth get different amounts of the sunlight. وعشان كده في أماكن فيها عدد ساعات النهار أطول من أماكن تانية. Now, before we move to the can you explain question, I want you to make sure that you fully understand the phenomena of day and night. Now, let's imagine that if you were on the moon, would you experience a day-night cycle?
I know that astronauts can see Earth from the moon, so they can experience day and night cycle.
I think because the moon revolves around the Earth, anyone on the moon will experience day and night cycle.
We already know that the moon revolves around the Earth and Earth orbits around the sun. So, since the moon rotates, we will experience day and night cycle on the moon. The moon rotates once a month, and this is why the same side is always facing Earth. Knowing this, how does the day-night cycle on the moon differ from the day-night cycle on Earth?
I think the day and night cycle on the moon will be every month.
The day-night cycle on the moon will be every month because the moon rotates once a month on its axis. Unlike day and night cycle, we experience this on Earth every 24 hours. Now, I'm sure you are ready to construct a scientific explanation for the can you explain question. Let's move to the evidence board to read this question. The question asks, what causes the cycle of day and night? And why do the sun, planets, and stars appear to move across the sky? Take your time to think of all the pieces of evidence and information that we have collected. Then record your explanation in the Claim Evidence Reasoning page. Now, let's hear some claims and pieces of evidence that our colleagues have recorded.
Day and night happen because Earth's rotation on its axis. My claim is Earth's rotation also explains why the sun, planets, and stars appear to move across the sky.
The evidence I have recorded that Earth revolution and rotation affect how objects in the sky appear to move.
The evidence I have recorded I got when we created a sundial. This showed that the shadows changed as the day went on, and this is evidence of Earth's rotation.
We also observed that some constellations are visible only during certain months.
Thank you, our colleagues. Now let's post the two claims our colleagues have thought of. The first claim is day and night happen because Earth rotates. And the second claim is Earth's rotation also explains why the sun, planets, and stars appear to move across the sky. Now, let's think of the evidence that supports them. For the first evidence would be Earth's revolution and rotation affect how objects in the sky appear to move. For the second evidence, the shadows change as the day goes on, and this is an evidence of the Earth's rotation. As for the third evidence, some constellations are only visible during certain months. The last part in the model is the reasoning part. Take your time to organize your ideas, and when you finish, you will hear our classmates' reasoning.
When the Earth rotates on its axis, there is a part that doesn't face the sun. This part will experience night. The other part faces the sun, so it will experience day.
The rotation of the Earth on its axis leads to the apparent motion of the sun. So we think that the sun is moving.
The rotation of the Earth on its axis and its revolution around the sun makes the moon and stars seem like they are moving across the sky.
When you are in the class, you can discuss your scientific explanations with your classmates to hear different ideas.
تقدر تتابع كل دروسك على تطبيق مدرستنا بلس. مدرستنا، المستقبل يبدأ الآن.